Hey everybody, I am going to do a quick review of this knife here. This is the Cold Steel SR1 and it just came to my door today. I've had it on order since January, just waiting for this thing to come in, and it finally got here. And holy heck, it was well worth the wait. This thing is just amazing. So let's get on into this real quick and just check it out, me and you together. So what you're looking at here is 4 inches of S35 VN steel, which is kind of a alteration in their path of which steel they're going down. A lot of their other ones are CTS XHP. It's not a huge difference. Wear resistance here, corrosion resistance. Overall, they're pretty close in quality steel. So, but this is just awesome. And you got 5 3/8 inches. Let's make sure that's right. About 5 3/8 inches of G10 handle. And it's got a nice grippy texture to it. A lot like the American Lawman texture. There you go. It's got the Ambidextrous Tip Up Clip. There you go. Nice generous lanyard hole. Put that thing. I'll tell you what, this thing is just a worker. It just feels like a worker. It's got nested steel liners, making this thing a beast of strength and security here. Just check that out. What you want to check out is the back here. Just look at the back of this thing. Look how thick that is. Look at the blade stock on this. 5 millimeters thick. That's insane. That thing's huge. Hold on one second. Sorry if I'm rambling a bit. I'm kind of still a little bit sick, and I wanted to get this out though, so y'all could see it. Alright, the thing about this, it's got a 4-inch blade, but this handle is just so comfortable and so usable. It's just, if you look at the other 4-inch blades that Cold Steels come out with, and they're all really good, of course. But across the back here, I mean, you got, man, this is a good knife. If you don't have a Recon, this is a great knife. I bring these things out to compare and then to say negative things like, man, this thing's awesome. But just look across the back on that thing. Look at the thickness difference with the blade stock on that steel all the way through the lock. It just is a total difference in how these knives feel. This feels like this could be the last knife you will ever need, ever. I mean, as nice as this one is, and this is a great knife. I love the Recon, and of course, I love the Lawman. Just 2 great knives. But if you're taking one knife out on a camping trip or hunting or something, this thing is a beast. It's got those ambidextrous thumb studs, which is cool because sometimes Cold Steel kind of screws the lefties over, as you can tell there. Alright, let's see what else we got. I think we got a aluminum backspacer here. It feels like aluminum. Let me test it on my teeth. Yeah, I think that's aluminum backspacer. Like I said, it's got the nested steel liners. And this thing just locked up like a tank. There's no movement there. There's nothing there whatsoever. Let's see here. What else can we go over here? Let's check the weight out here on this thing real quick. I think it says it's about 7 ounces. That's what they say. We're not going to trust them. 7.2 ounces. Let's see what it is in our other units. 204 grams. That's pretty hefty. Let's see what the Recon is. 160 grams and 5.64 ounces. Alright. So, I mean, this isn't going to be EDC with your beach shorts on. This thing's kind of a beast. But this plays in a different neighborhood than these knives here. This plays in this neighborhood. That's where the SR1 plays. just check out the similarities across the back and the size of the blade stock. I mean, look at that. Look how thick that is. I mean, the blade stock is even thicker. Look at that. Holy cow. Can you see that? I'm looking at it. I guess it's about the same from here. I guess it's, but it's just, I think if you were ever going to use a knife as a pry bar, this is it. This thing would make for some really good testing. And if I had enough money, I would test the heck out of this thing. This thing just feels indestructible. It feels different than this. This feels really good. This feels awesome. But this feels different. This feels more just no frills, no cool powdered blades, no cool blade thickness. This is just something you're going to take out in the jungle and maybe stab a gorilla with or something. Something crazy. Just, I mean, I love this knife, obviously. This is a great knife. If you don't have a 4-Max, this should be on your grail list if you're a cold steel fan, definitely. But this thing is very comparable. And if you can't get a 4-Max, this is gonna scratch that itch really well for about, I don't know, 1/3 the price, right around there. All right, let's see what else we can talk about with this knife. Hold on one second. Now, this thing came sharp as you can't believe. Check this out. I mean, just barely shaves that stuff right now. They put a nice edge on this before they took it out and gave it to whoever they're giving it to. Well, me in this case. So there you go. This thing came with a nice edge, and it looks like you could put, you know, keep putting a nice edge on there, and it got a nice grind there. Let's see. Compared it. Check it out. Alright, let me get you these stats here so you can just kind of lollygag your way and pause it and figure out what you want to do after that. There you go. There's the stats on that. So, I mean, look at how it fills up my chunky hand. Really good. Good across the back. This just feels good. Doesn't feel like it's going to go anywhere, and it's not. Compares nicely to just about any other cold steel knife with a 4-inch blade. It's just, but you know, you look at something like the Colossus, and this is just wide and awesome and cool colors and just an interesting kind of shape on that blade. You know, you got that almost paddled kukri awesome slicing thing going, and this thing is awesome. If you don't have one of these things, this thing will slice the heck out of something. This thing is bad. But just look at the difference in size on that and what kind of horrible destruction you could do with this SR1. This is just a beast of a beast. I mean, this is a beast of a beast in its own right, and so is the 4-Max. But this is just utility purpose altogether. Just whatever you need it to be. That is one thing I'll say. I just did that. I'm about to cut my thumb open, or my finger. Just like all cold steels, you can get that thing closed with one hand, but you better get your finger jammed up here, or you're going to get caught with that blade. If you're just back ever so slightly, it's going to get you. So make sure your finger's up here if you're closing it with one hand. But it snaps open, no problem. And it closes, no problem. And alright, I think that's it. I'm sorry I'm kind of out of breath and feeling kind of garbagey here and rambling all over the place, but I really wanted to get this out to you guys and let you all see it, so y'all can make some decisions on whether y'all want to get it. If you like cold steel, if you like this knife, or let's say you like this knife, or you know, you like the AK-47, if you like any of those blades, this knife here is your dream knife now, because this thing is all those knives, you know, juiced out on Mark McGuire vitamins. It's just a beast. It just feels locked up, almost. I know it's sacrilegious to say it, but it's almost fixed blade in its strength. It just feels that strong, and as strong as all of his as Demko's locks are, and as strong as all the cold steel locks are. This thing is just a beast. You look how thick that stuff is, and you look how you feel how strong it is. They have created a really great knife here. This is a great knife, and I'm gonna go out on a limb, and I'm gonna say something, and y'all might not like it. And if you don't, that's cool. Leave a comment down here. Let's make sure. This is my favorite 2017 cold steel. Ooh, ooh, oh, that was a bold statement. Oh, I heard the backlash right away. No, it beats the GoldenEye, obviously. It beats the Night Force. I like the Frenzy a lot, but this thing is so much, it's just more useful, I think, than the Frenzy. But I do like the Frenzy. This is better than all of those. This is it right here. If you had to get one 2017 cold steel knife, and I'm not talking about the Italian 4Maxes, because I haven't got one of those yet. But if they're anything like these 4Maxes, well, then I'll have to go with those. But as far as what's come out so far, and what's not a reproduction of what came out last year like the 4Maxes are, as far as the 2017 originals go, this thing far surpasses any of them. I would rather have this knife than any of the other 2017 cold steels. This thing is just a beast. Alright, I think that's all I got for this knife. I can't think of anything else. The clip, just that cool cold steel shaped clip like they do on the 4Maxes there. So it's not bad. It grips your pocket nicely without, you know, tearing up stuff. And let's see, I went over the lanyard hole. Very good. Got a little bit of that cold steel jimping here. Nothing life-changing or anything like that. Alright, so that's all. Like here, subscribe here. Again, I'm sorry I was kind of rambly. I'm just not feeling good, but I'm trying to get this out so y'all can, you know what, just go get one. If y'all are on the fence at all, this is the knock off the fence video. This is the one. This is the one. This is me telling you, you have to have this knife. This is, if you're a cold steel fan, this is the best one. This is great. The best 2017 cold steel. So grab this if you got the dough. If you're saving up for one, if you're saving up for a Night Force, put your Night Force money into this. Get 2 of these for the Night Force. Get, you know, a Frenzy in this. I don't know. This thing's awesome. All right, leave a comment down there. Let me know what you think. Have you felt this knife yet? Have you picked it up? Are you on the fence about it? Are you thinking about it? And I will talk to y'all later.